This show knows how to get you worked up, melt in awe, have Anya's deadpan reactions of the things going on. But the way they can so easily introduce characters and make you either immediately love or hate them, because this author, and clearly the studio adapting it, knows how to make viewers engage. Immediately, even before the majestic and so elegant punch. This man, this old headmaster here, one of the three anyway, he just, from minute one, I knew he was going to be something, because his character design, I love this mustache and everything. I love how he was all about the elegance, and every step of the way, the Forgers were able to throw him for a loop that he couldn't help but be in awe, and I just kind of had the feeling that even if he doesn't fully trust them or he doesn't fully accept them, clearly this man is going to be a welcomed addition. And it wasn't until they actually were in the interview that it came across as he would be best grandpa. That just kind of feels how it is. And I think it was brilliant to not have Loid be the one who fully destroyed this scumbag, because as amazing as it was to see Best Mom, you're basically ready to throw down and stab a fool's neck, and the fact that Loid literally punched the table so hard, it felt like, Hulk smashing Loki around in the first Avengers. The fact that the mosquito was just bloodied and just destroyed. The fact that the fear was there, and in any other situation, that would have been room for failure. But the fact that prior to that moment, there was something mentioned about how the reason they're there is that the professors at this school are above the others. That if you're going to go to a school, you best make sure the teachers there are the ones who properly educate your kids. And the fact that he throws it in their face that clearly I made a mistake if this is how you talk to children, right? That there's room for discipline, but the fact that you would bring up a dead mother and rub it in her face like that, you're basically scum of the earth. And the fact that this man, despite every probably common sense notion in his mind, he punched that fool and he said, "Screw you and your dumbass daddy who ain't around anymore. We are teachers, we are not bullies." And the fact that, it's not like he's just saying, oh, the Forgers are going to be fine, I'm never going to test them. This is very much like, it feels like finally a challenge to break them, but not in a scummy way like this man was trying, but more so tests. And honestly, that's why when the animals started running, I was like, there's no way he went to that extreme already. This man's not that crazy. And I'm glad it actually was a freak accident that just made for an even funnier moment of switching the suit, not once, but twice. But I think what I like the most about this show, which there hasn't been too many moments like this, but I'm glad that clearly it's a sign going forward that it's a staple of the author's writing, and clearly the studio adapting it understands it's important as well, which is why they didn't cut it, is the fact that in episode 1, right, we have Loid who very much talked about how he doesn't like seeing kids cry. Like, to him, that's something that's just inexcusable. So even before he started buying into this fake family, which of course, as the viewers watching, we know all three of them love each other in different ways, they just can't admit to it just yet, besides, Anya, because she wants to keep them around. But the fact that, we had a hint that his own past, like, he was a child who used to cry, and he wants to create a world where children won't cry. So that's why, even though going against his own programming, he was going to send her to the police that would get her into a good orphanage. He didn't have to, but he realized, this girl deserves a chance. So the fact that what made him truly lose his cool was that she was bawling her eyes out, and he lost all common sense. And, granted, he pulled his punch. He punched the table. But still, the fact that they're tying back to that common idea that clearly defines him as a person, I think it's pretty fantastic, and I'm very excited to see, because the fact that you can so easily make you love or hate a character is something that sometimes authors struggle with, and usually you need a couple of episodes, a couple of chapters, maybe an arc to get accustomed to them. I'm actually hoping that this man who got punched in the face sticks around, because that is a type of foil in drama that would be very, very interesting, especially given the saltiness of this man because his own wife left him and got custody of the kids. And a piece of shit like that, determining who can come and go, absolutely, it's just insane. It's bullshit. But I love this show, and how prior to all the emotional shit going on, how these people were amazing. They were judging them as soon as they entered the gates, because they were watching from different windowsills and things like that. And the fact that, stopping and paying your respects to the founder statue, or when it came to that kid who was stuck in the sewer. Are you really going to soil your clothes? Because even if you're doing a good deed, coming to an interview for a school like this, you can't come covered in shit, right? Like, that's just not acceptable. So the fact that my man, like, yeeted him out of there and then just switched to his second suit, it just reminds, like, these are the types of people who have not one supper, but they have like 5 different suppers throughout the day, right? They're always prepared. Even if they are entirely full, if another business meeting pops up, they can eat another steak. It's crystal clear. So I love the fact that even after the stampedes coming to town, you have Yor basically doing pressure points, knocks out this bull, Anya being best girl, just kind of gets them to feel okay, and they switch to their third suits, even after having this man come in saying, like, take your time and, get cleaned up before the interview. Don't worry, I prepared for this. This show is a bundle of memes with so much quality backing it. It's not like the memes define the show. It's just the easiest thing to share about it because they're just quality gold, right? But I love the fact that this show does wear its heart on its sleeve. It is something with great writing. It immediately makes you love this family. And the fact that during that interview, there's so many moments where, on paper, what they're saying out loud, despite it being defined by fake stories about how they met and things like that, I love how when, like, Loid himself is talking about Yor and how he met, everything is actually true, even though he's saying it and convincing himself that there's, like, this longer history than there is. But that engagement, that meeting at first sight, like, there's all these little things that does indicate those are his true feelings, even though he can't admit to them. And I love the fact that when it came to Anya's turn, how, like, she was stumbling, she couldn't quite pronounce everything. And the fact that, she was actually doing pretty okay, even though she did spill the beans about trying to uncover the secrets of the main man. And I'm just like, oh god, I thought they were going to play it off as a spy cartoon, but that might have not have been elegant enough. So I'm glad it actually worked out pretty okay with her just kind of seeming like she wants to look up to those older than her sort of a thing. But goddamn, Spy Family, just when you think it can't get any better, they introduce more characters that make it better. They don't bloat the cast, they give you an antagonist vibe that you just want to punch. I'm glad they didn't wait to have someone punch, and I'm glad it was the best grandpa so far. But damn, this show knows how to make you invest in. That's why I am just so thankful that this isn't one of those shows where we get 12 episodes and we hope for more because of its popularity. I'm glad that come fall we'll have another core after this one wraps up, because this show deserves as many episodes as they can give us. And I just love how, like, everything that we see from Anya's worldview, like, the more it feels like they spent more time together, the more it feels like there's genuine realism there. Like, even though the picture fell off the wall and they wondered what that meant for the sake of their future, right? The fact that in their time of grieving, like, they were there together. It's not like they stormed off by themselves. The opening and ending songs evolving probably over the course of the show to incorporate more characters and just the way things look to her. I just love how it's not a one-person show. It's the Forger family, and the fact that despite it being fake on paper, it becomes more real as the episodes go on. Thoughts if you have any down below. Favorite moment that isn't the punch, because I think that's going to be a lot of people's favorite, but let me know your feelings down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.